Greetings, it is I, Tempest Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome. It is time to continue my discussion on the lands, legends, planes, and planeswalkers of Magic the Gathering, where I take aspects of the lore of Magic the Gathering, the worlds they've created, and give you information on them to help you know more about the universes that Wizards of the Coast has created. So today I have another land for you, another shard of the plane of Alara, Bant. So Bant is a primarily white mana shard, and it also had, though, blue and green mana mixed in with it. Humans, angels, Roxas were the main races that lived in this area. It was also guarded over by powerful angels, protectors of the realm. Bant had 5 nations. The inner 3, in the center of the continent, were on this huge savanna and would employ the Litau, basically semi-intelligent cat creatures. Akrasa is an area known as the Sea of Grass, with very fertile lands. It's also known for having the highest population of blessed, the nobles of Bant. They specialized in largest castles of all the nations. They were known for this tournament they would hold every year, where knights from all across Bant would be called upon, and the victor of this tournament would be raised an Akrasan sigil, which I'll talk about sigils a little later, and the kiss of an angel. The other 2 nations of the inner 3 are Eos and Tapa, which we do not know a lot about. Now the other 2 nations, one of them is the island nation of Jess, known for its powerful navigators and navy. It is at constant odds with its rival country on the coastline, Valeron. The 2 of them are always at odds, so there are riders patrolling the coast of Jess to see when Valeron raiders may be coming. But on the other hand, Jessian navy does attacks on the coastal sites of Valeron and inserts spies into their mix to keep an eye on them. So the 2 of them are constantly at this front of a greater war. Valeron is known for its rolling landscapes dotted with copse of trees. They are expert at cavalry and have mastered cavalrymen. They have an important location from Bant, the sun-dappled court. This is actually a grove of immense olive trees that represent the 12 noble houses of Valeron. Now, angels, as I said, were the guardians of Bant. They watch over the mortals, but cannot directly interfere as long as it is not endangering mortals as a whole. So their conflicts and battles between each other are something left to their own devices. It is said that angels are born with the death of a powerful hero. The angels themselves are divided into 4 ranks, depending on their role when it comes to mortal society. Bant was once ruled over by a supreme archangel known as Asha, but Asha left Bant many years ago for an unknown reason and has never returned. The ranks are the Ashur, the top of the angels, which there are 7 of, basically ruling over Bant in a way. The Mensha are those below them, representing ideals such as justice. The Mensha are below those 2 workers, servants, soldiers of the 2 courts above them. And Celebrant are the lowest ranks, being in charge of protecting the ideals and lives of mortals as a whole. Now, similar to the Angel's own caste, there's a caste system within Bant. The inner countries are the most rigid at this caste system, with most traditional military, the most traditional when it comes to the castes. Those 3 there. The other 2, to a lesser degree. But the castes are always there. The blessed are at the top. The nobles of Bant, the de facto royalty of Bant. The sighted are the clerics and monks, those of the divine faith, who can still take orders from the blessed, but are technically at an equal level to a degree, for they have the connections to divine and the angelic. The sigiled are those that have been gathering sigils, and are measured by the amount of sigils they gain, their worth, their value, trying to propel themselves up to a higher standing among society. The mortar are the general citizens, those that make up the majority of all of those that live upon Bant. The unbeholden are the thieves and rogues, those that have basically rejected the caste system. Some of these choose to reject the caste. Others are forced into the circumstance by their lives. Jess has the largest number of these. Now, sigils are a sign of respect in amongst the citizens of Bant. Acts of nobility and courage award them, and they are awarded oftentimes by angels themselves upon the citizenry. This isn't to say that they cannot be bartered for in certain ways, because it can occur. And there are even rumors of dark sigils, relics of another time. During the conflux, red and black mana flooded into Bant and began to alter things. Some of the orders of night began to sow mistrust, and society was beginning to break down. There were chaos. Armies disrupted, communities collapsing in on themselves. The angels were no longer in control. Strange flora and fauna, plants and animals were appearing across it. Horrible things from deeper shards, such as Grix and Jund, even appeared. Not just those from Naya and Esper, and they would slaughter entire communities, razing them to the ground. Though the armies of Bant fought back against this darkness, this coming chaos, they were losing. They could not hold against the tide that was coming, and as the borders between Bant and the other shards slowly but surely fused, Bant became one with New Alara. And with it, much of the civilization of Bant collapsed. Many shining castles lay in ruins, now occupied by strange creatures taking them over. Entire settlements still go missing, still disappear, dying off mysteriously from both raiders and worse. Their society has been shattered, in a way. And those that are isolated fear great darkness. But that's it for today. I introduce you to Bant, a land that was once a bastion of white mana, of order, of law, of happiness in a way. Though you could see signs of trouble, the caste system so rigid. Other small disruptions in it. When red and black mana surged in though, when things began to change in Bant, when it became part of Alara, it was not ready for such things. The tides of change crushed it. We can talk about how each of these shards was affected by the merger of Alara into it. Many of them have changed greatly because of the influx of other manas. Some survive more. But this bastion of civilization has virtually collapsed. Some remains of it, but the shining fields of greatness that were once there are gone. Things changed. And maybe not for the better for the people of Bant. No matter how they felt under the system they were in, the weight of the universe they were in. It's hard to say if the terrible creatures that now stalk them in the darkness were worth it. But if you have any questions, comments, anything you would say, anything you think I left out, please leave in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's just for the channel, the empire, the work I do. If you want to show some extra support, go check out my Patreon. Link in the description below. There's some great rewards there. It helps to grow and improve both the channel and the empire. Regardless, until the next time, I bid you farewell.